Whenever you write anything, whether that's just a sentence, a paragraph, or a whole story, you always want to go back and edit what you have written. And so the process of editing is where you read everything that you have written down and you make sure that it's correct. When there's mistakes in your writing, oftentimes the audience will pay more attention to your mistakes than the information you're trying to convey to them. In addition, if your mistakes are too bad, it will make it where the reader cannot understand what you were trying to say. So let's take a look at this example paragraph and see what needs editing. The first sentence says, Andrew planted a tree. It was a sunny day. What we have here is a run-on sentence. That's two sentences that are just connected together in an incorrect way. So this first phrase, Andrew planted a tree, has a subject and a verb, so it's a whole sentence. And the second phrase says, it was a sunny day, so we have the subject, it, and the verb, was. So these are two sentences that are joined together incorrectly. So a run-on sentence is a sentence that just goes on too long. So there's a number of ways that we can correct this. We could put comma, and. So the sentence would read, Andrew planted a tree, and it was a sunny day. Or we could put a period here and make it capitalized, and we can say Andrew planted a tree, it was a sunny day. Those are correct. But I think what the best way to do this is to get rid of the period, get rid of it and was, and put the word on. So now it reads, Andrew planted a tree on a sunny day. So that's just one sentence, and that's correct. The next sentence says, first he got a shovel and the tree. Whenever you read a phrase at the beginning of a sentence, like first, it needs a comma in front of it, because a comma tells the reader to pause. So now the reader will read this sentence like, first, he got a shovel and the tree. The next sentence says, he dug a hole, will plant the tree, and watered it. So the problem with this sentence has to do with verb tenses. So we see the verb dug right here. This is what we call past tense, because it happened in the past. He dug a hole. That indicates that he dug the hole yesterday or maybe a week ago. And then in this last phrase it says he watered it. That's also in the past tense. It's indicating that he watered the tree maybe yesterday or the week before. But we get to this phrase which says he will plant the tree. Will plant is future tense. This sounds like he's going to plant the tree in the future, but we know that he already has planted the tree. So we need to change the words will and plant to the verb planted. Now all the verbs are in past tense. So this sentence has what we would call consistency. He dug a hole, planted the tree, and watered it. Now the last sentence says, a pine tree is what he planted. This sentence is clear. You can understand what the author is trying to convey to you. However, it could be worded in a better way. So we could say, he planted a pine tree. So these two sentences are saying basically the same thing, but this new sentence sounds better than this first sentence. So again, the process of editing is reading everything that you have written, and a lot of times it helps if you read everything out loud and you find any mistakes that you have made, and then you correct those mistakes.